It's Donny Marshall Golf Tournament that supports the Tolland Fund and the Ryan Martin Foundation. And Ryan Martin is here in person. And Ryan, nice to see you, my friend.
What's up, Ryan? Always a pleasure to have you guys here. Thank you, Rob.
No, the pleasure's all ours. So tell people, we ask this every year, and I know we have new listeners every year. But tell us about the Ryan Martin Foundation and things that you address, especially with the youth.
Yeah, I mean, like, first of all, so thank you guys for coming as well. As always, you guys are a staple of our event, so we appreciate that. And I don't think I've ever asked who's the better golfer of the two here.
He is, by far.
He's the better putter. I'm more consistent with everything else.
Yeah.
So between the two of you, you guys are an average golfer. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Between
Absolutely.
the two of us, we're
yeah.
average. That is a great way to put it.
So you put above average people with us, Ryan, we make a great team.
And we might win.
Well, see, I didn't know you could carry a 25 handicap. I put 18. Now, I haven't golfed since I golfed here last year because I'm busy with my kids and my travel kids and stuff like that. So, I mean, I got like 4, maybe 6 games a weekend that I'm doing almost year round. So it's not like I've got time to go practice my golf game.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I know you don't believe me, but that's fine.
Hey, fair enough. I mean, like, all right. We'll see you here next year, too.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right, this tournament's awesome, especially for what you guys got going on. Not only just raising funds, but getting people aware of what the heck you've been doing for so long and how many kids that you support and really bring along the way in a world that you have kind of created, a community that you have created based around basketball and a whole bunch of other sports.
Yeah, so the Ryan Martin Foundation, we really try to specialize in wheelchair basketball and giving that opportunity to youth with physical disabilities in the state, and it's kind of expanded to cover kind of the entire Northeast just because of the lack of other programming, in the other states and larger cities, and so it's been great. We set out to try to just provide that opportunity that students with disabilities generally have in their 6 through 12 middle school through high school experience. And oftentimes our, youth with disabilities weren't given that opportunity. And so, I think much like everybody when I started the nonprofit, I was, 25 years old, and probably the only intelligent thing I did was I put people smarter than me, in positions to make sure I didn't look like a fool. Mm-hmm. And so, it's really kind of grown, but we've had a great track record of, sending kids off to college to play basketball, with the various colleges that are available around the country for adaptive sports on scholarships. And then we've also been able to really just kind of dive into some of those things that sports provides youth, and youth with disabilities especially, that idea of teamwork, that sense of community and that leadership, right? Because that's really what it's all about. I know we've got a few people walking around here today who can probably say they made a little bit of money playing their sport. But the vast majority of us probably didn't. And so, I guess I'm did.
Yeah, really.
As I phrased that,
Yeah.
maybe I'm a little bit up on that. And so, it's really been great to provide that opportunity for, the youth with disabilities in the state and different things like that. So we're always growing and, finding more kids and, trying to do more camps and offer more programming. So it's awesome to have, the support of the Tolland Fund and all the individuals who come here and golf every year, and some golf better, some golf worse. But, all of the money goes to a good cause, so that's a great thing.
Well, and from my perspective, with 3 kids that didn't have disabilities, like even my 12-year-old today, it's hard to get her to go do something. So I can't even imagine if you're in a wheelchair or you've got other handicaps and disabilities and things like that, getting your kid to leave the house and then go socialize and things like that. I'm sure your foundation is breaking down barriers. I mean, I think that's the most compelling thing. Even the kids that I coach, so many of them, some of them are overweight and out of shape, and have been put down. And even by the time I get them at like 13, 14 years old, they have no confidence to do anything. And I'm like, this is a healthy kid. This is a kid that he just needs a little bit more love and understanding. So I can't imagine some of the kids that you've touched and helped come out and now, and then years later probably return and be like, listen, I want to help other kids that were in my situation 5, 10 years ago, 20 years ago.
Yeah, no, I think you bring up a really good point with your comments there, but I also think, probably what's, unique within the disabled community, unfortunately, is just the overall lack of opportunities in our areas, right? When you're talking about a non-disabled child in the realm of, youth sports, they can play baseball every day, they can play basketball, they can play softball. They can basically, unfortunately, professionalize themselves at a way too early age. But that's another talk for another time. But the idea is like just trying to provide as many opportunities, because we'll never be able to necessarily mirror the same amount of opportunities that are available for like disabled youth. But at the same time, this is kind of what we're aiming to do, and I think each year I think we're doing it a little bit better, and we're starting to see like that first generation of kids, that second generation of kids, like, hey, Ryan, can I get a job reference, or hey, travelers came down and spoke to us at camp, I want to work for them, and that different stuff like that. So what we're hoping that they're using, that adaptive sports opportunity to like be better in life, right? We all talk about like, I gave a talk a couple of weeks ago, and they asked me like, what is the best thing, when a kid gets makes a 3-pointer or something like that. And I was like, I could care less if they make a basket, right? Because it's got to be bigger than that, because if they're so, focused on win-loss and points and all of that sort of stuff, it doesn't really do the job. But like when our kids graduate, right, and they go on to college and they graduate and they get a job and an ultimate quality of life, there's a ton of acronyms I judge myself on, but I judge myself on providing opportunity for QI, like quality of life for our youth with disabilities, in the sense of, are they using sport to further themselves from an education perspective? Are they using that to kind of help them navigate the employment space? And then ultimately, are they, becoming less than the statistic of underemployed, undereducated, and all of that stuff, and able to provide for themselves? And that's kind of what we're looking to do. And a lot of this was mirrored around like my own personal journey, right? Trying to use like the gifts that I did have to kind of overcome some of the challenges that I might have had, and different things like that. So ultimately that's how I judge myself, and how I judge the organization, and that's how I hope we present. The athlete who will be recognized tonight is a gentleman, R.J. Fitzpatrick, who's 18 and is exceptional basketball player. I think he would beat me if we played, but don't tell her
that's saying something.
Yeah,
right.
He's really good, and he's got all the tools and the talents, and he's not going to be able to join us tonight because he's got a full scholarship to go play at the University of Illinois, and so he's gonna he's got to be out there for the start of the semester here, and so he's if their family's driving right now, so hopefully they get a chance to hear this. But I mean, like, those are the success stories, right? We've sent every a couple of kids each year to various college programs, and when they're coming back, and like they send photos of like, hey, this is my graduation, or all those sort of things. That's kind of what that's what we want. That's the outcome, and it wouldn't be possible without the support of the Tolland Fund, both of them, and like the numerous other people who support us.
But one thing that I've learned, I think, in the last year when I was hanging out with your group a couple of times with the Boys and Girls Club, and we were with the Bleeding Blue for Good, the collective for the basketball teams for UConn, and just hanging out with your athletes.
Yeah.
The toughness. There is no team tougher in America. And I'm not just saying dealing with what you're dealing with. I'm saying you push your guys over. You tip their wheelchairs over. And you say, get up, deal with it. You're the one that's got to figure this out. And I don't think anyone's pushed those student athletes that way. It's out of love. It's a way to challenge them in order to let them figure it out and progress that way. And I think those are the lessons that I've learned when I was a kid playing sports, that a lot of people will try to coddle or try to run over there to try to help. I would say your guys' group has more tough love in their programs than a lot of football programs do to this day.
Yeah, no, and I think that's a compliment to our various coaches who kind of step in there. So I appreciate that, and that's a really reflection of who actually gets to work with our athletes too. But I would say, I think we all believe, all of our administration and our coaching staff, the organization, and I could speak for our board of directors that they're just going to face challenges. Youth with disabilities have some very challenges that make things a little more difficult, right? So if we sugarcoat that, I think we're fostering this sense of learned helplessness, right? I did a camp up in Boston this week for some youth, and they were, had some volunteers trying to grab the ball for like a 7-year-old working on his dribbling skills. And I kind of explained to that coach who, is new to the program and all of that, you're not going to be there when that kid needs to learn to put their car their wheelchair in the car so they can get out of it, right? Or so they can drive to that person, right? So let's instill these habits that we expect them to do, and I think that's why adaptive sports is so fundamental for the success of individuals with disabilities long term in life. And I mean, there's compelling data from different universities when you go from the academic side as far as what adaptive sports does for individuals. And so this golf event and all those sports really allows us to just get back to the mission. And it's not a bloated organization, right? This isn't a large nonprofit. It's all people doing volunteer work and just believing in the mission and like just grinding it out. So it's just an awesome experience. And when I started this, I had no idea what I was doing. I said, like I mentioned earlier, probably the only thing I did that was right was finding people around me who were smarter than me to kind of help navigate that. And so this is great that we can continue to keep this going and provide more opportunities for youth with disabilities, because unfortunately I'm a little bit older now, but like I still see the void in the community overall for opportunity, and so our work's not done for this.
Talking to Ryan Martin from the Ryan Martin Foundation, why we're here, Donny Marshall Golf Tournament and the Tolland Fund that supports it. Talk about the college stuff. You're talking about scholarship to Illinois to play basketball and stuff like that. How receptive have the universities been? We've been talking about this for years that we've been together, pushing these initiatives with adaptive sports and things like that. How is that going?
I mean, it's a great question, Rob. I think the best way to probably explain it is women's sports prior to Title IX. So you had some universities doing that, but there was no overall guidance, and there was overall push to do that. So you have various universities around the country that are doing it at, different levels, but I still think there is, it's not a sanctioned sport from the NCAA, and so it kind of falls into that realm of club sports at a university level. And so I think that's unfortunate, because I think, and it's one of the things that I hope will change. I think, you see the Paralympics every 4 years getting as much attention as as the Olympics and different things like that. And so I'd love to see all the attention that's given to adaptive sports during the Paralympic Games start to trickle down into year-over-year sport opportunities as well. So I think that's an opportunity for growth, and I think the NCAA in those different areas are definitely an opportunity for growth as far as adaptive sports. I think long term, I think I would love to see an adaptive sports program available in each state, with the state university with the eyes of hey, let's get more students with disabilities into higher education, allow them to navigate that process to be more successful long term in employment. And so when I look at adaptive sports, I always see my goal line is I don't care about the game, I don't care about the tournament, I don't really care about the season. Where are you going to be in 5 years and 10 years? Sometimes that methodology is confusing to people, but I ultimately, I think the saddest thing to do is to see an athlete, whether they're with a disability or not, where the prime of their life was just sport, right? How many times have you talked to other professional athletes, Rob, where you talk about that second act? What are you going to do next? You're going to go into the coaching space, the broadcasting space, you're going to do nonprofit work, and so I want to make sure that our athletes with disabilities, to the best of our, have that opportunity, have a second act, and so I think this is, it's all a big picture, but circling back to why we're here today, I think the golf tournament allows us to do that, so I can conjure up these great ideas and what we want to do, and I'm no, we have the resources to do so.
Tell us what you have been up to. You guys, Boston Celtics, you run things in New York City for all adaptive sports. You've been around the globe playing basketball. What are some of the things your student athletes have been doing here in the past couple of years?
Yeah, so I mean, we just kind of, post-COVID, we've been getting back into our normal summer camps. Our junior team competed nationally in the junior division for the National Wheelchair Basketball Association. We were able to finish 10th in the country, which was a really big accomplishment. And, our coaching staff was really thrilled that they really kind of gelled all together, at the right time. And it kind of came together, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And so it's been really great just providing a lot of those opportunities. And like I said, the best thing is when I see, kids post on Instagram, hey, I've graduated high school, I've graduated college, hey, I've got my first job and all of that, because ultimately that's what we're in the business of trying to do. And we pretend we're in the business of basketball.
God bless you, brother. I love you, man. Glad that everything's going well for you, especially not just with the foundation, but all the other stuff. You recently got married, got all this other stuff going on.
Busy. Lizzie's
very busy.
bouncing around here somewhere.
She's around here.
She might be getting a massage right now. Who knows?
I know.
Excellent.
I know.
Excellent.
But thank you so much, and thanks for letting us be a part of it.
No, man, I appreciate the support all the time, man, and I'll be on this year at some point to talk about the NBA or something like that again.
Sounds good.
Bring it
All right,
on.
man.
We look forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Ryan
man.
Martin,
I
everybody.
appreciate you guys. Thank you.
We'll take